Hello, this is Dumont, and for today I want to do something pretty interesting for you guys. This is pretty neat. This is a board game called Nightmare, and as you can see, it says the video board game. It is a board game. You have to play this with a VHS tape, right? I really wish that they made it to where the VHS tape was optional, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not. And same with Atmosphere, which is the sequel. This is the one that started it all. Nightmare is the original. And let's see. Atmosphere is definitely something that I recommend. Nightmare is, I think, very, very neat. And if you really, really like Atmosphere, right? You get Atmosphere, you like it, then I would recommend Nightmare. If not, I guess Atmosphere might be the more polished up version, so that's the one that I would recommend for players starting off. But this is the original right here. Okay, so the basic premise of this game is you're running around a board, and the board is kind of like, it reminds me of Monopoly, even though this board looks way cooler just because it's, you're running around tombstones and gravestones, and just the whole gothic nature of it is very interesting. The characters in it are just really, really awesome. You have Elizabeth Bathory, the vampire, Kuhu, the mummy. I mean, the whole thing about this game is the characters, right? And the whole gothic setting is very neat. But like I said, like in Monopoly, you roll a dice and you're running around this board in, was it clockwise? In one direction. You're just going in a circle over and over and over again. So that's just like Monopoly. Unlike Monopoly, there's a lot of things that happen that hinder you. There are some things that make you more powerful, but there's a lot of things that can hinder you or hinder another player, right? And this happens, I guess, in Monopoly, which look, I'm going to bring up Monopoly a lot. I think it's the perfect game to compare it to. Monopoly is one of those where you actually build stuff and you're trying to make a lot of money. And one of the problems is it becomes a game that's never ending. This one, you're not going to have that problem because this game will end. Because when the VHS tape, when the time runs out, it is on a timer. And just the fact that it has a timer makes it more suspenseful. If you don't like stress, then maybe this is not a good game. But the stress is supposed to be like a more exciting, kind of like a horror movie where it makes you hurry and rush, and like you're running to save the world, or that kind of stuff. So it is very interesting idea in from my point of view. The main villain of this board game is the gatekeeper, so you're trying to beat him. You're trying to beat the other players, but you're also trying to beat him. Now he's in the VHS tape, right? He's a video, and the guy that plays him, this actor, at first he looks human, and towards the end, the last, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, he starts to really look more and more demonic, which is really cool because it starts to add the pressure. Now in Atmosphere, he looks like that the entire time, which I think was a lot cooler, but I understand why they did the way they did in Nightmare, because they just wanted that transformation process, and I guess they wanted to really freak you out, which was cool. But now that you've already seen that, for Atmosphere, they start him off already in his like demonic form. The guy seems a lot more meaner in this one. In Atmosphere, he was almost nice, actually. And let's see. Okay, so you're running around this board, and you're not building things, but what is cool is if players land onto your tombstone with your name on it, with your character's name on it, you could actually do some damage to them and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. The objective of the game is just like Atmosphere, where you're trying to collect 6 different colored keystones. Actually, in this one, it's all the same color for each player. They just divided it up that way. But you're trying to collect all 6 keystones, and once you do, you race to the middle of the board, so it's kind of the same way. So once you collect that, then you're able to go to the middle of the board, which is, there's 4 paths that normally when you're playing you're not allowed to go to. So you race through that way, and then you try to roll, well, I think a number 6 or something like that. Once you roll it, you pull out a fear card, and if it's not your fear card, then you win. Now, in Atmosphere, I noticed that I had plenty of time. I had lots and lots of time. In this game, I did not have any time. In fact, we lost to the Gatekeeper. We were very close to beating it, but actually I played with only one other player, so it was a two-player game. I can imagine if there was 3 or 4 players, it was going to take even longer, and I would have accomplished a lot less. So that's kind of the thing for me. In this game, we did a lot, because we played all the way until the VHS, tape ran out of time. And one of the complaints that I heard was actually that once the game ended, it was kind of like, okay, the end, that's it. You kind of wanted something a little bit more for a finish. You wanted, it felt a bit anticlimactic. But anyway, okay, so let me show you guys a little bit of the pieces. These are the pieces, all right, that you're going to be moving around the board. Now, in Atmosphere, they made it to where it was a really big deal which character you became. In this one, it really isn't. It's not that, it's random, right? That's the way they do it. And then they kept the same idea where you get the number, whatever number you are. So this is a number 5, and this number 5 goes into this. There's a slot right here, so it slides right in. I don't think I could do. Okay, there we go. So it slides right in like that, and then you're number 5 of this one says Khufu. So you're Khufu the Mummy number 5. So that's the way it works. Now they do give you a dice, and they also give you a coin that has heads and tails that you flip, and it's no big deal. You could have used any regular coin, but it's just nice to see that this plays a part with a theme.